This is another segment of Rick Davis's Talking Gold. We're going to show you some things about gold that you probably never knew before. Maybe you'd like to, or maybe you wouldn't like to, but stay tuned for some fun and games, and hopefully we'll show you some things you didn't know.
How does Rick Davis see hundreds of people every day and nobody waits over 15 minutes? It's simply the system. Check in with the Golden Girls first. They divide your jewelry into plastic bins. Next, wait for your number to be called. This may be my favorite part because it is never a long wait and it gives me the opportunity to look around the showroom. Then, when my number is called, I get to see Rick or Jason. Both of them are great. They give me a value on my items and I decide if I want to sell it or not. Of course, I always do because Rick pays the best. Last, I sign out with Miss Norma. She is really a gem, and I'm on my way. I always have a great time with Rick and his friendly staff. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
I'm Rick Davis, and we've set up a department in our store now for layaways for Christmas. The economy's bad, people sell their gold, but they also have things of interest to other customers. So we've got it 70% off of retail price. You don't have to pay high prices any longer. Plus we've added the layaway. It's absolutely free layaway. Come in, make your selection with our well-informed staff. Put it in layaway, make your down payment. There's no layaway fees, no layaway charges. 70% off, and you still get to put it in layaway till Christmas. Come and see us. Rick Davis, thank you, and God bless.
Stop in and see Rick and his friendly, experienced staff at 5301 Brainerd Road in Chattanooga. While there, be sure to mention that you saw this ad on the CW and receive your CW special. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, Chattanooga's premier jewelry store.
My name is Rick Davis. I know we're not the only one buying gold in this area, but we are the #1 buyer of gold in this area. We want to be your friend in the jewelry business. We want your business. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, your friend in the jewelry business for 36 years.
For up-to-the-minute prices on gold, silver, or platinum, visit Rick's website at www.rickdavisgoldendiamonds.com. While there, look for Rick's specials to take advantage of. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, your friend in the jewelry business.
This is a segment that was pre-recorded from our show on Night Talk. We have inserts and people call in and ask questions, and we try to answer them on the spot. So if you'll view the show tonight, it'll answer some of your questions. If not, feel free to check us out at 5301 Brainerd Road. We're Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, and we're your friend in the jewelry business for over 35 years. Thank you, and God bless.
And I was there during the most of it, and I was just amazed at how many people came through there and what all they had today.
Oh, it was
absolutely amazing today.
We had silver. I've never seen so much silver. We had 980 something grams of just 14 karat gold tonight. You're talking about $30,000 worth of gold. People brought dental gold. They had, well, I can't even remember all of it. It all runs together. We started at 9:30 this morning.
So you opened early today?
Well, I mean, we always get in about 9:40, 9:30, 9:40. I hit the floor at 5:15 this morning. And then I just now got up, got done, got everything packed, got over here, and drove by my house and waved at my wife. She was out watering flowers. I mean, literally didn't even stop. So
I understand. I know what you mean. I've done some of the same, except I didn't stop long enough to eat supper. I think that's called workaholic.
Well, I don't know. I think workaholics when you want to do it. I have no choice. I have to do it.
Well, I'm in the same boat. So how much is it tonight? Did it stay up?
You know, the gold cannot, and I say cannot, every time I say it cannot, something will happen, it will. But you know, somewhere along the line, this bubble's going to bust. It's not going to last forever. So where is it going to correct and everything, you know, start going back to normal? There's no way to monitor that. Some of the Einsteins out there that think they know all the formulas, they can't, you know, I mean, they'd be playing the stock markets and making millions and millions of dollars if there was a formula. There's just not one. It's just too many factors are involved in it, and, you know, all we do, we buy it, we sell it, we don't hold it, we don't speculate on it. Somebody said to me, if you think silver's going up, why don't you hold all this silver you're going to buy? Lord, we couldn't last 3 days holding it. I mean, we buy so much, we've got to take our little bit of profit, turn it, and be ready to go again the next day.
What's your turnover time? I mean, if I brought a big load of silver in there, you get rid of it that day?
No. We lock our prices in on a daily basis. We ship our merchandise sometimes every 3 to 5 days, but we've got a 2-week backlog on our holding lines. So, you know, there's just so much time that everything has to be tied up. You've already got a fortune tied up in just your hold.
Right.
I'm buying now based on tomorrow morning. It might be 7 to 12 days before it ever gets locked in and shipped. So, you know, it's somewhat of a gamble to do that. I mean, I do it on a daily basis, so as I buy, I lock in my prices. And that's a guarantee. But if you don't do it and either you get too lazy to do it, or you get greedy and you start saying, well, I think I'll just hold this, that's where you get in trouble. And I just don't do it, because it's as much my employees' money as it would be mine. If I jeopardize anything to hurt the employees, I hurt myself, I hurt them. So, you know, I just don't want to take that chance.
Well, that's why it took you so long to leave there today. You had to pack it up.
Oh yeah, you know, it's every day, every vault. You know, there's 5 different vaults in there. You know, and they're used different ways, different days, different. You know, and you know, people say, well, you make it look easy. Well, we make it look fairly easy, because all they see is we're sitting there cutting up and handing out cash and throwing gold on the scales. But in the back of my mind, I'm running like a little rat that's on a treadmill.
Well, I watched you today for an hour, and you were running like a little rat.
You know, and you try to make it as easy as you can, and make it look comfortable, but there's a whole lot goes on behind the scenes, and you've heard me say that before, that people just don't see, and they don't dream of what it is.
Well, can you tell us what it is, or is that a trade secret? Can't tell.
No, I mean, it's no secret. It's when I say behind the scenes, I'm talking about banking, change. Change is a tremendous problem that you not really think about.
Well, I thought about that today, because I overheard your conversation with somebody today, and you said help, so I knew that you.
Well, you know, I needed some heavy change right then, because you can't sit there with $100 bills all day.
Right.
If you're out of hundreds, you've got 20s, so now you have to pay somebody a large amount of money. You've got to pay them in 20s. That's bulky. They don't want to carry that.
Right. And you got to count it. It takes time to count
Yeah, sure it does. And so you're, down to 5s and 10s. You know, if you need those for the deals that you've got to make $855.
You got to have
your 5s, your 10s, your 20s. That's it. You know, and we have plenty of 20s. Usually we've got an abundance of 20s, but we're short on 5s. We're short on 10s. 1s. You know, 1s are a problem, just simply to keep from either rounding up or down for the customer. It don't matter.
Well, is that something that Jason helps you do? Because Jason's not there on Wednesdays.
Yeah, Jason carries his weight every day. I mean, he does the same things I do every day. It's just, you know, from the time we get up and we actually walk in the store, you're dealing with how much cash is available, how much change is available. How much more do you need to have in there? A big deal. You can have a deal walk in that can eat up all your money anytime.
I wondered about that.
And then all of a sudden you're sitting there, you have no cash. And You've got 30 people trying to sell their merchandise, and you don't have any cash, so you've got to be on top of it enough to know what your limitations are at the bank, how much you can lay your hands on immediately, where it comes from, how quick you can get it there. You know, and then the other things going on in the back is after we buy all this, there's breaking it down, and there's weighing, doing the positive weights on bulk, not just on this silver set and that silver set and this silver set, but all of it together weighs how much. How many total ounces do we have on sterling and 925 and 999, and how many?
When you keep it, you know, you've got a little chest over there beside you, a little drawer thing, and I notice on the front of it, it says like 14 and 10, silver, so forth and so on. So do you actually, you put it in there when you buy it, and then at the end of the day, you've got it, so you just pull that out?
Well, all during the day, we separate from those drawers into bigger compartments in the back, and those go into bigger sorting bins. There'll be, it's not uncommon to have $75,000, $80,000 in a particular carat of gold, and then that's all got to be weighed, it's got to be bundled, it's got to be packaged. You know, we have to know what day it come in, what day it can go out, what day, you know, there's just, it's a tremendous workload for any 3 people, and we've got 1 person doing most of it. So, you know, it's just very, very busy in the background. That I mean, I had one guy say to me today, he said, "Oh man, you don't look like you're working too hard." And I said, "No, not really. I'm just sitting here by the pool having a pina colada and doing something." And he said, "Well, the store looks good, proud of, you know," and left. And I was thinking when he left, I thought, boy, if he knew I'm sitting up here trying to act like there's nothing to it, and over here we're scurrying around every minute trying to keep everything together. So it can be quite deceiving. Break away for a couple of minutes and have a commercial break, but we'd like to invite you to 5301 Brainerd Road. Stop by and see us, ask us some questions, look around, just make yourself at home. We want you to feel comfortable with us at the store as well as on television, so we hope you return more often. I'm Rick Davis, and I'd like to buy your gold, silver, diamonds, and coins. We sit around, we talk to the people, we explain what we're doing, we explain what they have, and we show them how we're paying them for it, and then we pay you, yes, in cash. If you prefer a check, we'll pay in check. We buy all day, every day, gold, silver, diamonds, coins. We've been here 36 years, we pay you better, there's no game, there's no gimmick. I'm Rick Davis, and I want to pay you cash for your gold.
Rick, what is the difference between C carat and K carat? From Susan and Harrison.
Well, C carat is the carats of a diamond. That's 1 point to 100 points being 1 full carat, spelled with a C. K carats is in gold carats, which is the purity of gold, which is 10 carat, 14 carat, 18 carat, 24 carat. That's the only distinction between the two. C carats is diamond carats, K carats is gold carats.
Send your questions that you would like for Rick to answer to www.rickdavisgoldendiamonds.com or call the store at 423-499-9162. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, your friend in the jewelry business. How does Rick Davis see hundreds of people every day and nobody waits over 15 minutes? It's simply the system. Check in with the Golden Girls first. They divide your jewelry into plastic bins. Next, wait for your number to be called. This may be my favorite part because it is never a long wait and it gives me the opportunity to look around the showroom. Then, when my number is called, I get to see Rick or Jason. Both of them are great. They give me a value on my items and I decide if I want to sell it or not. Of course, I always do because Rick pays the best. Last, I sign out with Miss Norma. She's really a gem. And I'm on my way. I always have a great time with Rick and his friendly staff. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
I'm Rick Davis, and we've set up a department in our store now for layaways for Christmas. The economy's bad. People sell their gold, but they also have things of interest to other customers. So we've got it 70% off of retail price. You don't have to pay high prices any longer. Plus, we've added the layaway. It's absolutely free layaway. Come in, make your selection with our well-informed staff. Put it in layaway, make your down payment. There's no layaway fees, no layaway charges. 70% off, and you still get to put it in layaway till Christmas. Come and see us. Rick Davis, thank you, and God bless.
Stop in and see Rick and his friendly, experienced staff at 5301 Brainerd Road in Chattanooga. While there, be sure to mention that you saw this ad on the CW and receive your CW special. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, Chattanooga's premier jewelry store.
All right, we got a caller over here. You got a question for Rick?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I've got some silver dollars, and I know you've explained this before, but I just found these. They are 1971, 76, 78, so forth. How much are they worth?
Well, they're worth $1 if you can take them to the grocery store. Those are Ike dollars, Eisenhower dollars, and they're just, there's no silver in them unless you got lucky and found a 1970 or 71 that was in a proof set. There are no Ike dollars out there that have any silver in them, so you can just spend them. You can feel good about spending them.
Okay. All right. What about a Kennedy Ike dollar that has 1776-1976 on it?
That's a bicentennial dollar, and it has absolutely no value of silver in it, no collectible value unless it's in a sealed mint set.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you something else. I don't understand, but now when people bring these things into you, where do you take them to, and where do you get all this money?
We have to keep, that's what we were just talking about. We have to keep it flowing. We have to keep rolling it in order that every day has to keep going to fund the next day. We sell directly to the smelters in New York, or we'll sell to Handy and Harmon, or we'll sell to Dallas Gold, or, it's whoever's going to bid the most is the way we move it. But we have to be as...
How do you get it there?
Beg your pardon?
How do you get it to these people?
Well, I can't tell you that. Then you'd be following my little truck around.
Okay.
Now, usually we ship FedEx. FedEx does a tremendous job. We've got accounts with FedEx. We've got insurance with FedEx that backs all of our shipments. You have very little trouble losing metal. That's not any of the problems. It's just the cost to get it there. We had the deal the other day that you may have heard part of it on the air. It was a $15 million deal that we was trying to work out through Texas and get it handled for a man out of Cleveland. His shipping charge, just shipping and insurance on this bullion deal, was $65,000.
The shipping was
Just the shipping. The shipping alone was $65,000. And, at first we started thinking about renting a motor home and just having a couple of guards and send them out there with it on a trip. And that wasn't feasible because that much silver would bust the chassis on the average motorhome half in two. You can't even carry it on one motorhome. So you have to go Brinks or FedEx or somebody that's got big super equipment to move that kind of merchandise.
Okay, then those people buy it from you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
It's just the chain of command, and when it leaves those people, you know where it goes, don't you?
No.
The federal government.
Oh, okay.
The federal government buys from them, and then they melt it and they put it back down in gold American Eagles or silver American Eagles, and then it comes right back out on the market and is sold back to the buyers again.
Well, now that's interesting. I didn't know that.
It's all taken from different forms of jewelry and different forms of silver, brought down to pure state, minted in gold coins, and resold again on the market. That's what keeps our currency rolling. That's what keeps the country going.
Okay, all right, sir, thank you.
Does that answer your questions?
It sure does.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for calling.
How about that? I didn't know that. That was interesting to find that out.
Never-ending circle.
Yeah.
Well, that's all it is.
And then
It's-
it gets circulated again, comes back out here, then it goes back over there to you to buy
They
it
sell it,
someday.
they sell it for $30, $40 over what it's worth. The people hold it for a while. As it gets worth more, they come back in, they sell it again to me. I buy it $20, $30 under what it's worth. I put it in the pot, I sell it back to the smelter. Smelter goes to the federal government. Next thing you know, here it comes again. You know, it's the cycle.
Well,
That's why they call it recycling.
She didn't ask you this, but I'm sure she'd like to know. So you sent it by FedEx to those people. You sent it to them COD?
No.
Oh, they send you.
No.
They
All
send
that's done wire transfers, interbanks, and
Okay.
they send cashier's checks sometimes in a bank, or they'll wire the money, wire transfer the money.
And you're not the only person that they buy it from.
Oh no, there's some of these
So they're
companies.
all
You're
over the
talking
United
about
States.
places that do $100 million in a day.
Oh my God.
You know, I mean,
We
there's
can't even imagine.
can't even
that.
imagine. No, you're talking about trucks backing up and unloading like you would at a typical Sears store that's having 8 or 10 big trucks unloading merchandise. Imagine that, except it's Brinks trucks and unloading nothing but bullion and gold from all over the country, and it's being shuffled.
So how many of these companies are? You call them smelters?
Well, there's,
Or
it's the big buyers. It's the buck stops here, that kind of thing. Federal government, whether it be, you can talk about Handy and Harmon, Dallas Gold. You can talk about a lot of different companies.
so that's what I want to talk about. How many of those are there in the United States?
Oh, there's probably 100. You know.
Not that. I mean,
Not that, not
100's
as, not
a
as,
lot.
not as big as Handy and Harmon.
Right. 100 is not a lot.
No.
Okay.
That's, you got one or two here and there, and
Right.
and they're very private and they're very large.
All right, caller, are you there?
You talking to me?
Yep.
Okay, I have some 22-karat gold foil baseball cards. And if I want the gold foil torn off and melt down, where can I get that done at?
Well, if it could be done, we would do it for you and be happy to do it for you. But it's that gold foil that's on there is no more than a 100th of a millimeter of just. It's almost like the gold that's brushed on picture frames when they put the gold dust to them to give them that gold look. There's no gold that can be reclaimed off of ball cards or glassware. You know, you'll see China sometimes, it has a gold rim around it.
Well, I got about 50 of them. I just want to see if I can get all melted down.
If you had 250 of them, there's not enough. You wouldn't get $1 worth of gold out of there if you tried to strip it at all.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I was amazed at one of the people that brought in some stuff on that day. This girl, she just had hundreds, it looked to me like, gold rings and chains and all kinds of things, charms and things. She had a charm bracelet.
Two charm bracelets,
and
one 22 karat and one 14 karat.
I think one of those charm bracelets, if I heard you correctly, I think you said $960.
That sounds right. The lady of the
One
lady
charm
of
bracelet,
the day.
girls.
Well, I've had charm bracelets today. Just today, I must have bought 5 or 6, but I had one charm bracelet today that was $2,300.
Oh my gosh.
18 karat, all 18 karat gold. I had another charm bracelet, it was $950, $960. I had a 21 karat charm bracelet. It only had 3 charms on it, but they were the size of silver dollars. It was gorgeous. But the deal I thought you was talking about was I had a lady walked in and she had
The lady that,
$8,000 is what I paid her.
yeah,
I believe that's correct, $8,000.
and she had a,
She had 2 boxes when the girls sorted them. She had 2 boxes. One was 10 karat, one was 14 karat. We had agreed on price, and she said there was one little piece in there that she would like to keep. And I said, well, all you got to do is show it to me, and I'll deduct this from, and I'd probably given it to her and said,
you
you're
took it
all
off
right.
her charm bracelet.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but as she got in there to dig for this little piece she wanted to keep, she dumped the 10 karat back into the 14 karat bucket and started digging.
Right.
An hour's worth of sorting, all just shot. And I said, yeah, it's all right. So after I put it down there, paid her, everything was fine. She got to keep her piece. And the girls, of course, screamed and hollered a little bit after work tonight when they had to resort the cups, but it was okay. It was just one of the little things that adds to the day. I'm Rick Davis, and I'd like to buy your gold, silver, diamonds, and coins. We sit around, we talk to the people, we explain what we're doing, we explain what they have, and we show them how we're paying them for it, and then we pay you, yes, in cash. If you prefer a check, we'll pay in check. We buy all day, every day, gold, silver, diamonds, coins. We've been here 36 years. We pay you better. There's no game, there's no gimmick. I'm Rick Davis, and I want to pay you cash for your gold.
Stop in and see Rick and his friendly, experienced staff at 5301 Brainerd Road in Chattanooga. While there, be sure to mention that you saw this ad on the CW and receive your CW special. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, Chattanooga's premier jewelry store. For up-to-the-minute prices on gold, silver, or platinum, visit Rick's website at www.rickdavisgoldanddiamonds.com. While there, look for Rick's specials to take advantage of. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, your friend in the jewelry business.
I'm Rick Davis, and I'd like to thank you for watching the show. Hope you got some knowledge out of it. Hope you learned some things and picked up some footnotes along the way that you didn't fully understand. If we can answer any questions, remember we're located at 5301 Brainerd Road. We're your friend in the jewelry business. Thank you, and God bless.